Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Giant Robo, the animation, the OVA, the animation, The Day the Earth Stood Still. We're here for episode 2. In episode 1, we were introduced to an amazing cast of characters and an incredible, simple story with a cool central tension in a world where energy is free and simple. The evil organization Big Fire rises from the ashes, seemingly, of Dr. Franken von Vogler's ambition to do something creepy and weird, and I don't know what they're trying to do yet, but it's going to repeat the tragedy of Bashtarl, and given that this episode is titled The Tragedy of Bashtarl, I think we might find out more about exactly what happened there. Maybe. But we met an incredible cast of characters, among them Daisaku, the boy who stands on the robot who does the actual punching. Ginrei, a super dope spy girl who brushes off the affections and advances of Tetsugu, a not so dope but very funny bro character, and his bro, Taiso, who is currently fighting Alberto the Impact, a very dope villain character, along with his home slice Ko-Enshaku, a living suit of armor, it seems, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's a cute girl under there. Who the hell knows? The last big suit of armor that we saw was a cute girl, so who knows? Could be anything. We are currently escorting Dr. Shizuma, who is absolutely terrified of his former nemesis and former friend and ally, Franken von Vogler, a creepy scientist archetype who is trying to, again, repeat the tragedy of Bashtarl for some reason, and may or may not actually be alive. He might just be living on in the mind's eye of some of the people who are currently around, but whatever. And that's kind of where we are. We are fleeing the base during Alberto the Impact's attack, and we are being attacked in turn by Ivan, the dude with the scar that glows and he goes really fast. As we flee, and Giant Robo has burst free on its own with no commands from its launch port and has launched, and that's the whole place where we are. So, this episode 2, happens to start with 10 minutes and 55 seconds of recap, which I have gone through before starting recording this episode. I went through it just to see if there's anything new in it, but there isn't. It's all the same. And so, instead of rewatching it and watching through 10 minutes and 55 seconds, I just don't feel like that's a great use of any of our time. And I realized, now that I'm talking about it, why I think that's happening. Again, these episodes are spread out over the course of like 8 years of release time. So, there might be significantly more time between these episodes than we're getting with our just 1 week, and so they might be putting all this recap in the beginning to catch people up on the episode that has already happened. Regardless, we're not going to watch those 10 minutes and 55 seconds. So, I'll tell you what happens in the actual recap because it skips some things. We get a Bashtarla flashback. We get the OP intro, which is apparently mostly in part animated by Hideaki Anno, which is kind of crazy. We return to the base and get the whole scene with Daisaku and Taiso and Tetsugu and Ginrei and all those people. We watch Notre Dame fall or rise, and then Alberto attacks, fights Taiso. We flee with the professor. Ivan appears with his big robot, and then Robot escapes/launches from his thing on his own, and that's really cool. And he goes, "Go!" and it's super awesome. And then we end on a freeze frame, Dazaki frame, painterly thing of Giant Robo's face coming at the camera. And we are currently sitting 1 frame after that when the screen goes black. So we are at 10 minutes and 55 seconds on the clock in the episode, and we are on the exact frame that it goes black, and that's going to be our starting point for this episode, because I don't want to just force you to watch 10 minutes and 55 seconds of recap. If you want to do that, go for it, but I'm not going to commentate it and react to it, because it's all stuff we've seen before. So, we are going to start 10 minutes and 55 seconds into this episode. The episode is 44 minutes long, now 33 minutes long or whatever. And that's where we're going to start. That's what we're going to watch, and that's what we're going to do. So, there will be 2 versions of this reaction video. A picture-in-picture version will be available in the description. A timer-based version will be up on YouTube. And if you want to sync up your own copy of the episode with the timer-based version, go ahead and do so. Just make sure that you get yours to 10 minutes and 55 seconds and the first black frame that says Episode 2, Tragedy of Bashtarl on it before you start. And then there will be a beep beep timer that will do the normal boop 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 beep, and it'll go beep, but instead of going beep at the 0, it'll go beep at the 10:55, because that's what it's going to do. Cool? Let's get to it. Beep beep timer to count us down. Let's go. And thus we begin. Go! Who? Oh, he took his eye. Cervantes the Phantasm is a great name. Again, all this mechanical stuff is super dope. Oh, not the lines of communication. You're gonna go yourself? Oh. Oh. Sick. Super double sick. What is battle for you? Chujo the Silent. Kimitachi? Who is this? Ah. Yeah, they're here. Ise and Yoshi? Is that his horse? Oh. Wait, which one is talking? Fully and obviously a character from somewhere else. Wow, what a scene. Background, animation. Okay, it is his horse talking. Ow. Ah, clonk, clonk, clonk. Oh, it's a dude. Oh my god, what the fuck, dude? Villains deserve no mercy. When does staff get caught in the thing? Okay, and whoa, I guess not. What? What? I don't understand, but they're gonna go fight Koenshaku. And I'm super down. Block. Oh, split. Why? Bro, problems. Wow, what a shot. Oh, he's fully blue. I was wondering if he was. What? What? What are these powers? How do they work? I don't understand. Shadow Clone Jutsu times 1,000. Hiya! Nothing. Oh. What? That's so great. What? Well, that's not nice. Oh my god. He's just all paper. Bye. What insane powers. Absolutely nutty. Oh, hey, buddy. Is Daisaku safe? Yeah, well, he will be. Once Robo gets here. Maybe. Hey, buddy. Uh-oh. Okay, you got it. Ivan is still standing right there. Yeah, okay. You mean Robo? He is my friend. Yeah, let's fucking do this, bro. Let's. Oh my god. What a fucking scene. Oh my god, full background. Oh, what? Go. I mean, punch it, Robo. Okay, that's not working. Oh, I will. Okay, it's not working. Can we get some hand-to-hand fighters, please? Can somebody wake up? Somebody wake up, please. Robo angry. Oh, God, the music choice is so cool for heroic Robo. Oh, my God, Robo. Huh? Go. Oh. Robo. No. Oh, he will, though. Anybody else awake? Where's Ginray? Hi. Ah. Ma. Full trio of superpowered badasses. Let's go. No, he's too fast. God damn it. And he got Daisaku. Bro. Tetsugu, don't be mean right now. Huh, huh. Ah, ha, ha, ha. This is all I need. Why would you want that? I still don't understand why you would want that. Okay, I mean, I understand that, but I don't know how the two are related. He sure did. No. Yeah, it's pretty great. It makes energy for everybody. Uh-oh. It's capable of exploding. Some of us were there. Okay. Okay. Well, he's dead. He's dead. Also dead. Not dead. The what? It's a weird title. As it would. Yeah, it seems great. Hmm. Okay. Okay. So it's not quite that easy. And then. Okay, so he goes for it anyway. I love that shadow behind him. That's dope. Sure, sure. Danger? And everything explodes. Cool. And it went real bad. Right. I thought Bashtar was a country. I mean, a city. So how did all the doctors who were literally there survive? But it is perfect now. So why would you repeat that? It does work now, though, right? Like, no, they figured it out, right? Oh, I love that. I love those flashes. Whoa. Whoa, buddy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's not be rash here. Ooh. Robo's just fully been blown back. What the fuck? Okay, is Robo different? What does Robo work off of? Robo! Robo! Oh, whoa. It infects other Shizuma drives? Yeah, why, Doc? What the fuck? Oh, that's the same as the stuff at Notre Dame, or similar. Pop, 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 pop. As well as from Paris. Whoa. Okay, so every Shizuma drive in the area goes off. Whoa. So one tainted one destroys all of them in an area? Whoa. That's not good. Fully blacking out from that one drive in a car? Whoa. Welcome to the fucking Dark Ages. What? That is very bad, but it's better than a giant explosion. What are you about to do, Taiso? Oh, he's gonna generate energy. Yeah. Oh, my dude. He's gonna die. Oh. Hi, Robo. Go. And is Robo running on Shizuma drives? He didn't seem to be. What is that behind him? What is that thing? Who's that? There's another Robo. Oh, cool track. Big fire. Okay, so the energy spike is happening there as well. They're linked. I love his hair. These bad guys are so silly looking, especially with glasses. Wow. Hmm? How do you know? How do you recognize them? Is he a sneak in? Oh my god, he's got the hair. Investigator. Ha ha ha. Oh, and who you really are? Just firing inside an incredibly dangerous facility full of technology. Blam, 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 blam. Minions, stop it. We're still doing that, huh? Yeah, we're still going with that one as our salute. Whoa. Well, big fire indeed, and the cathedral falls. Goodbye, dead doctors. Yeah, so Fogler is not around, really. It's just his image living on, isn't it? But he said who you really are. Maybe that guy is Von Fogler. I know that his name is Genya. Because I looked at the Mal, so I know the names, right? Maybe he is Von Fogler. God, each one of these scenes works so well. Sometimes I don't know what's going on, but it's all gorgeous. Big orb thing. He sees Von Fogler. Okay. The Vogler Spear. Oh, it's like a sun. It's roiling. The heat waves are distorting air. What is the eye? What is that whole deal? Oh, everything is distorted and warped around it. It's like eldritch. Full what's his face vibes. Drosselmeyer. Holy shit. Becoming the part of things is perfect Drosselmeyer behavior. Wow. Just putting that together. Is there like an overlap in terms of who's working on this? And Tutu? Totally. Okay. I don't understand how. The sphere's name is Franken von Fogler, and it's open, and it's an eye. Again, Full Metal Alchemist vibes. But so are the other doctors, right? It sure is. Yeah, it's been remade. Maybe he's reincarnated. And stuff goes out. Wow, that's cool the way that it was moving through things. He's just piloting it. Ha. Whoa. And Shizuma drives are popping. Oh, that guy on the bike is not okay. He is not okay. Oh, that plane's going down. Oh boy. All the lights are going out. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. Your ability to honk is going away. Oh my god. It's infecting them all, and it's pulling their energy. Whoa. That's such a cool villain boss thing, monster creature thing. I love it. It's so eldritch and so, like, crazy power horror. The still energy. Okay. The day the earth stood still. Right? Okay. Actually? Whoa. That's already happening. Super happening. Fuck. Yeah, all the people who are on life support or relying on technology at the moment, just insta dead. Damn. Whoa! What? That doesn't seem accurate. 2/3? And you were there? Oh, 8 days creation story style. Well, because they brought power back? Yeah, no, that tracks. That makes sense. So that you could eliminate it all. That seems just fucked up to recreate the same incident that caused so much pain and suffering. Haha, I've done it. Obviously, I mean, it is fucked up. It's evil, but they're not all together yet. This is limited now. We can stop it. We can still stop it. There's a chance. And that's our question right now is Robo running off of the Shizuma drive? So it's 7 more days and 7 more episodes. Uh-huh. Oh, buddy. He's burned too much power. He is not all right. Yeah, Robo's out there. Okay, so that guy falls over. That barrier is gone, right? Got it. Can Robo move? Yeah, I'd love to know. I would love to know that truth, my man. Vogla? Oh no. Shit. Ow. Fuck. Oh, he's zooming still. He's gonna pull it out? Robo? What up? I don't run on Shizuma drives, bitch! Thank you, Robo. Impossible. How does it have power? Go! He's too speedy. He's old school, baby. So that's why Robo matters. Go! Does he run on petrol? Oh. All right, we got it out. Zoop. Boing. Oh shit, Uranus is back. Uh-oh. We don't want that. Oh, bye. Oh, nope. Pat. Oh my god, it's so smooth looking. What the fuck? And the sense of scale is perfect. It's full. Oh my god. Oh my god, just opening a little thing. Bye. Go. Go. Oh, thanks, guys. God, their powers are all so cool. And the music is so swelling and so old school. Oh my god. So what does Robo run on? Oh, oh, what a scene. Oh, what an incredible scene. Oh, what an insane idea. Robo one shoot. Okay. Go. Bastard. He got away. Oh. Okay, it's Alberto. Don't know how he's swimming that deep and surviving, but what? I mean, that's cool. Hmm. Hmm. Oh. Ah, and Koen Shaku is just chilling. Oh. Abandoned petroleum products or nuclear? You've said that before. I don't know what it means, but all right. It's as though like Big Fire is its own separate entity. Ah, yes. Tell us all of the truth, my dude. Right. Oh, because they do need the third sample. Right. And they can't make a new one. Cool. Can we destroy it? Oh, he's fully gonna die? Cool. I mean, it's a sad scene, but like cool story wise. That works. Because otherwise he could explain all this shit to us. I actually really like that his nails are all chewed up and messed up. It's a good little touch. Thought so. Wow. And he's gone. Okay. In the hands of Giant Robo. Whoa. He's the one thing that can fight. Yeah. Ooh, the beautiful night comes back. Oh, Ginray. Oh, girl. Well, let's prevent them from becoming the tragedies of the future as well, and from happening again. What an episode, too. Rad. Super rad. There was still, like, a thing after this thing, right? It's got 3 minutes left. I'm just gonna let it play because it's cool music, and I'm just gonna let it chill and play, to see if there is a thing after this thing. I don't know that there will be. And if there isn't, we just won't do this in the future. Wow. Okay. Oh. Cool. Boom. Okay, so we probably won't watch through all of that ending thing again in future episodes because it was just a preview of the next thing with like some kind of a spoilers. But rad, super rad. I love the ending song as well. It's just really good music and it works super well. Okay, let's move to the 10:55 mark where we started off and head on through. I love the idea that all of these characters have like we're entering into this as all these characters have already fought each other before and like mostly know each other's weaknesses and strengths and stuff and have their own grudges and vices and stuff. I love the idea that we get teased that this leader guy is going into battle and we get his name too. Yeah, Chujo the Silent to go into battle because of this when this little bead falls. Can it be? It is him. And in a totally different animation style. Like the style of animation on this horse reminds me of I don't know, like Mulan style almost, or maybe something else. But it tickles something in the back of my head. The way this horse looks and the way that it's animated and the way this character is. He's blue, which has some like Hindu leanings, I think. And it feels like a character out of a different tradition's story, which is really neat and kind of cool. And off they go. And the animation of the horse is fantastic. But again, it's like a certain style of animation. And I wonder if we're going to be able to, once we go to Sakagabura and look up the episode, if we're going to be able to pinpoint the animator who did this horse and figure out the particular style of horse that this is, because it's very particular, and it's very much one particular guy, or one particular style. Oh man, these background shots are incredible. And then it moves into this like fully background animated roof as he runs smoothly along it, all on ones. I was wondering if it was, and it is. It's all on ones as he bound across and leaps. And this guy goes in full like boing boing boing, also on ones, I think. In large part, yeah. And then transforms into a dude, which is awesome. These characters feel like they are fully incoherent with the rest of the story, and then slowly, as we meet more of them and like they become a part of the story, it sort of all fuzzes in my mind and kind of all becomes okay. Their whole entrance feels like they're characters from a different story just running in, and I'm okay with that. It's not like a problem necessarily, but it does feel weird that these characters just show up and start doing their powers. But damn, do they have some powers? Just throwing beads around. I don't understand it at all. I don't get the magic at all, but it's some dope shit, and he gets shot and is actually just a fake, and is a ball, and is a bead, and is a thing, and more attacks, and they're a diversion, and the flying spheres, and they're a diversion too, and away we go. Amazing. Cut from there. Again, I gotta mention this because I mentioned it in the first episode. The density of stuff going on seems really high to me. Even though it's only like a few separate scenes. There are only a couple of scenes in this episode, really. Those scenes are kind of drawn out, and they're interspersed with flashbacks, and they cut away from each other and are packed together in a really interesting Tetris-y formation that makes it feel like way more is going on than is actually going on, and still a lot is actually going on, and that's really cool. Okay, Robo appears. Robo is fucking angry and is super awesome. Robo fires some amazing looking missiles, and they look fantastic. I don't know who animated them, but I hope we get to find out. Background animated shots. There are so many. They're so good looking. Look at this whole thing. It's so freaking smooth. Literally all of the background animation is on ones. Why? Also, the mechanical animation might be on ones as well. Just as these things... No, it's on twos. I wouldn't have caught that. They're on twos. Oh, there are portions of it that are on one. It's all mixed and matched. That's insane. That's insane. And man, sound effects. I mean, just the go is enough to be amazing, but how do they get it to scale like that? How do they make this robot that is so simple in its design? And it is relatively simple in its design. It's got some complicated pieces. How do they make it move like it's fucking huge? I don't know. It also, I realized something as I watched it throughout this episode. It moves the way that stands move. I know that's weird to say, but the way that David Productions animates standos, they move like this robot. And I don't know, I think, I mean, this came first in terms of timeline. It's not necessarily that they're specifically copying it, but like the little rearing back that the giant robot does before it pushes its arms forward into this thing, it's exactly the way that Star Platinum would move in that moment, right? Duh. It's so cool. It's so cool, and so is the idea of this big force field, and Ivan just, like, screaming about it and laughing and being so pleased with himself, and the way it, like, mangles itself against the thing, because it's just moving. I guess a part of it, the reason that it, like, reminds me of Star Platinum, is that it doesn't really have an expression. And a thing acting on its own and clearly demonstrating like capacity for action on its own while acting expressionless is really unique, and it just flips that like Star Platinum switch in my brain, I guess. Oh man, this is so cool. The effects are so amazing, and the way he's just so nonchalant about it is fantastic. You can't control your power output, can you? So it needs Daisaku to help do that. Where did they? Oh, there they are. And they all spring in for an attack, and he is too fast, and he gets the boy, revealing his power and his speed. And they are all so pissed about this. Their one chance. And no doubt about it, this is the thing. You don't know. We're going to repeat the tragedy of Bashtarl, and let me tell you exactly what that means. I love that this goes very classic with it, which is something has been hidden from the main character. I don't know that Daisaku is really the main character because we got like 8 mains, but something has been hidden from the young idealistic boy, and the villain by being the one who gets to explain it, gets to color it the way that he wants it to be colored, and gets to claim that it is not only a tragedy but a great evil done to the world, and that is why we are acting the way that we are acting, and the way that the reason we are doing what we are doing, and gets to completely choose the vibe of the explanation, when it's clearly like it's a tragedy that happened. It's very sad that an entire country was wiped off the face of the earth by an improperly put together prototype Shizuma drive. But if you think about it, like if you explain it in a different way, it's like there was a huge mistake that was made because we were rushing to try to create the Shizuma drive. Von Fogler, the guy who caused that huge mistake to happen, really fucked up. But then those of us that survived the incident were able to actually perfect the Shizuma drive and create the genuine utopia of clean energy that you know and believe in. It's true and it's there. It doesn't actually recolor the fact that there is a general utopia of clean energy. That's genuine and real. It's just a mistake that was made in the production, right? It's like saying that the Chernobyl incident should prevent us from using nuclear power anywhere, right? Super tragic incident that happened, super bad thing that happened because of rushing and not following protocols and a bunch of mistakes by a bunch of human elements. But after the incident and a couple of other incidents like it, let's be fair, there have been more than a couple. Um, a lot of like the problems with nuclear reactors have been fixed, and it's not the same sort of thing where it's a magical drive that causes complete clean energy for everybody. There are still huge problems with nuclear energy, but to claim that we shouldn't use nuclear energy at all anywhere because of the Chernobyl incident is kind of like, that doesn't quite work. There was a single isolated incident that caused a mistake and caused a big problem, and I don't know if that's exactly the reason we shouldn't be using it, right? It doesn't quite track. But it works as a villainous motivation to some extent, although there's some more stuff wrapped up in the will of Big Fire, I think. There's some other stuff wrong with Big Fire. And we'll see what their whole goal is, because I think that Big Fire's motivation might be to get rid of all the Shizuma drives so they can go back to having some kind of monopoly over like petroleum and coal and natural gas and stuff. That seems to be a thing that might track, or other forms of not so clean energy that will burn the world and stuff. But this whole incident is quite interesting. It works as a villainous motivation. It makes you think a little bit, and it's great just because it's Ivan who gets to explain the whole thing and tell us about this tragedy and color it as a not just a mistake but a horrible evil, right? How dare they have done this? Blah blah blah. But of course, after the theory was created, they couldn't actually do it. They were on the brink of giving up, and von Vogler goes for it anyway. And we go back to the flashy, 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 flashy. I love this particular scene where we get this like billowy, incredible white on white, perfect, huge shadow of Von Vogler being much larger than life, much bigger than he is. I also like that in some of the flashes of him, we see him with like a blonde colored beard and blonde colored hair. Like he has color to him and is a human being. But in these flashes, he embodies completely the mad scientist being in full black and white and having like perfect white hair, perfect white beard, and just being this evil mad scientist. It's fucking crazy. But it did uncontrollably spread and fully vaporize an entire country called Bashtal, gone along with the place of my birth. And he holds his hand over his scar, implying that he got that during the process as well, which is kind of freaking cool. And can we just say that, like, character animation on this level is not something that we see that often. It's a real simple moment where he goes like this, but the way that his skin depresses and like wrinkles as he pulls his hand away, and then the way that he moves as he goes back into this villainous cackle is absolutely fantastic. Isn't it a masterpiece? Isn't it hilarious? And he looks down on us and gets these like massive Joker vibes because of the gigantic smile, the nose that like foreshortens out to take up a huge portion of his face, and just the angular shape of his face, being these different diagonal lines, big Joker vibes, big clown vibes, from Ivan as he's talking about this tragic incident. And The doctor goes, I put my life on the line for this atonement, and indeed you do. And he pops it into another Shizuma drive and activates it. And it melts everything around. And Giant Robo falls back into the ocean, implying that maybe Giant Robo runs on Shizuma drives and is falling right now. But no, it is not so. Man, lighting and contrast and framing throughout this thing. Just in this one like short scene, our framing on Ginrei's face is so great, and the hair whipping around her, the reminiscent of Notre Dame energy spiraling out away from here, destroying things, and the lights going out one by one, pop, 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 pop. And we spend a good solid few seconds slowly watching this unfold, right? Watching as the lights go out. And we watch it from this side as well, from further away, and we watch them slowly tick out. It's incredible. And then the entire operation goes down. Amazing. And lighters explode, and everything falls into darkness and chaos, as it did once before during the tragedy of Bashtarl. The day of darkness appears. Oh, what a dope moment. Generator in my body, create his own energy to light this whole place up. Super fantastic. And then we get this eye catch. I love this eye catch, my dude. It's so cool looking. Look at those eyes. And then we get a frame right after it where we see Robo with this giant, like, it's got like a unicorn helmet. I never really noticed that because I'm always focused on its eyes, which are so like vibrant and so lively. But then behind it and next to it, there is another one. And I wonder, I think we'll probably see that in the relatively near future. And it looks in this scene like they're dropping Shizuma drives into it, but they're not. It's something else being dropped into these giant circular spheres that are on its shoulders. And I'm wondering if that's the part of the if those are the reactor cores for Robo. Because we see into it here, and it's got this like spherical thing that might be a reactor itself, and then it might have cores over here. But then this other one, it's got all these fucking vents on it, right? I wonder if it runs on like fossil fuels or something similar. I wonder if we're going to have to fight it in the future. Oh, wait, is that another one behind it with these big swept back things and the like thing coming up in the center? Like one horn and then like big swept back like wings on the back? That's fucking sick. I wonder if it flies. I mean, I guess Robo flies too, but I wonder if that one's like made to fly. Oh, they're so cool. They're like Jaegers. They're like the old Russian Jaeger in Pacific Rim that's just like, oh, they're so cool. These big robots are so cool. More so, I swear, I genuinely think than any big robot that I've seen. Giant Robo itself is so fucking rad. I gotta take an aside here, right? We've seen a few big ass robots in our time on this channel. We watched the Ava robots, who are totally their own weird biomechanical fucking thing, and they're fucking awesome, I'll admit it. And they move like nothing else, and they're crazy, and they're spooky, and they're amazing, and I love them. They're great. Before Giant Robo, they were my favorite big robots, for sure. After Giant Robo, I'm not so sure anymore, man. I'm just not that positive that Ava robots are my favorite robots anymore. I think Robo itself is the coolest fucking robot. And a huge part of that is because it doesn't just do what you need it to do. It's not just like smooth or simple. It sounds and feels and looks mechanical and like a creation of human ingenuity that actually works in a way. It's not like a real robot like Gundam, which we're currently watching through on Thursdays. By the way, check out Gundam that we're watching on Thursdays if you haven't already. It's pretty fun in its own way. But it's not like Gundam where the robot just does things and it's like, okay, the robot can do things and that's cool and it's just a pilot inside it. It's its own entity and it acts like no other giant robot that I've seen. It's fully, without any emotions, it manages to be the coolest, most intriguing character of a show with like 20 really interesting, unique characters. And it's the coolest character of them all. Like Giant Robo continuing to shoot its hip cannons into the water after Daisaku orders it not to. He's like, Robo, stop shooting. He's gone. And Robo's like, pew, 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 pew. is such a vibe. It's such a mood. It's like, yeah, I know, you're pissed, right? You've got an emotion here. You genuinely want to stop that thing and prevent him from getting away, right? Robo is a character. He's a dude. He's better than a dude because he's a robot. What the hell, man? I'm so into it. I'm so fucking into it. I just made a note, which is that at some point I need to arrange an encounter for my D&D characters where they end up piloting giant robots. I just realized that I have to do that at some point. Don't know why I hadn't thought of that before. It's kind of obvious, right? It's like, duh. But anyway, just this scene, it makes it's like there's so much going on inside this robot, and I don't know what any of it does, but like these are obviously hydraulics to make the arm work, and there are these big pipes and tunnels and tubes and things that make stuff happen. And then the idea that there are other completely unique robots in the same line as Giant Robo and that they might not be on our side and we might have to fight them makes me so excited. I cannot express how excited I am by that prospect. Okay, we gotta move on. We gotta move on. We gotta keep going. So, I love these villains. They're all ridiculous, and I love that this guy has the hair and slowly turns around and reveals that he is, in fact, the Immortal. I forget what his name is. It's Murasame, the Immortal. Dope name. That's great. And he flies away, and all these minions are just blah, 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 in their fucking metal, horribly complicated place. And everybody stands up and does a salute that we're not going to imitate, because damn. And things get bad. Everything goes big fire. Everything is for big fire. And you shall all see the true night right now as it all falls away and something indeed comes out. The Eye of Von Vogler. Okay, this wall segment, which I think might be the Arc de Triomphe. Is that the Arc de Triomphe? Because it's in Paris, right? Oh, it super is. It fully is the Arc de Triomphe. Cool. So that means something. And then Von Vogler becomes a part of the Arc de Triomphe. I gotta pull up a frame from Princess Tutu really quick, because I bet I can just Google it and find it. Okay, so I'll throw some stuff up in the corner over here. This is Drosselmeyer from Princess Tutu, and he has a habit. This is not really a spoiler for Princess Tutu, but Drosselmeyer is an author, and he wrote the story that Princess Tutu is a part of. So, in a very meta sense, he is a controlling entity that is no longer within the story, no longer actively within it, causing things to happen within it himself, but is still a force that is controlling the story through his writing and through what he has already written. He's also like essentially an evil deity that is causing things to happen and a bit of a trickster. But one of his major ways of showing himself in the world is that his face and his body just becomes parts of the environment and just like overwrites it as though it's like a layer in a pop-up book. And I just immediately realized as we see this scene of Von Vogler sitting in becoming the Arc de Triomphe, which again is like it is the Arch of Triumph, and he is becoming a part of it. It's like he is winning in this moment, but he's also like cackling from the distance and becoming things in the world that are impossible for him to become. But it's his image that is entering this world and causing things to occur. It's not him himself, it's his image that's like repeating and showing itself and engendering this tragedy and becoming a part of it again. His spirit lives on in this really fascinating way. I just want to liken his character design and the way he looks and the way he feels and the way he acts to this character Drosselmeyer, who is again a white-bearded, white-haired, bushy-eyebrowed madman with a long, hooked nose. It's kind of like a thing. Like there's a thing here for sure. I don't know if I have like the deepest of takes on it. I just think it's really interesting that both of these characters look the same way and effectively do the same thing in the show to demonstrate their power over the flow of characters in the show, while seemingly neither of them is still alive, right? That's pretty interesting to me. Something about that is really interesting to me. They are somehow controlling the story despite no longer being around. Okay. I also love the giant orb with an immense eye on it. Huge Full Metal Alchemist eye, weird shit vibes, as well as being this weird mechanical but also eldritch abomination from the great beyond that is crackling with energy and destroying all power on the world. That's freaking rad. I don't know what to say. It's just kind of cool. Look at it. It's warping space around it. Everything around it is like shifting and warping. It's not normal. It's weird. And he says, I survived 10 years ago for this very day. As it crackles and we watch tragedies and tragedies and tragedies occur, all of which are gorgeously animated, by the way. Gorgeously animated car crashes, beautiful train accident, horrifying, obviously, but beautiful in its own right. As this train, ka-chunk, boom. And it's on a mix of frames. Like, there are 2s in here, a bunch of 2s. There were a couple of 1s. There were a couple of 3s. It's weird. Blinking lights, things going wrong, and crackling power scooped up by this giant eye that is the only thing that remains lit in the entire area as it takes all of energy from all around. Hospital emergency systems cease to work. Everything ceases to work. But then they all vilified Professor von Vogler, and they were praised as though nothing happened. But of course they were. They rescued the world from that tragedy, right? They brought about a real, like, a real utopia of clean energy. You're just bitter about the destruction of your country, which is fair. But, like, destroying the entire world again doesn't seem like a way to prevent the tragedy, right? It's not good. But that's a very classic villain motivation, to get revenge on a thing that you feel wronged because people have forgotten and the world has moved on past you. It does make sense. And he does say that it's a replica. So it's configured to stop all the Shizuma drive energy in the world, and it is a replica. The 3 samples must be together again. So the fact that we have one of the samples prevents them from doing the bad, which is very good for us, because we need to prevent the bad from happening. And he goes out and he is dead. Not dead, but he is screwed up. The doctor puts the thing in, gets shot, falls out, and Robo fucking catches him like a boss. Goes after this guy, catches him, he gets away, hops on his thing. We stop this thing super bad, super amazingly. Is this on what? How does this even work? How do these giant cuts work where giant Robo gets to be giant? I don't understand. Look at the character animation, and then the giant panning shot, and then the surprise giant hand. It's so good. Boom. The way that it pops up in one frame and then looms over him and scoops. That's amazing. And then we cut to this. Wow, that's so smooth. It's so freaking neat. And then he pops off the top of the Uranus and it goes off. Boom. Get down. Protection. Fans. Umbrella. Robo falls back. God, the sense of scale there as he falls back. Pulls up, starts firing into, and again, it's such a character motion. We see the darkness in over Robo's face as you just go, 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 go. Boom, 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 boom. Can't stop. And he hops in, and the whole thing transforms into a little car, and away we go. Why do you think it was able to survive? Impossible. No, it runs off nuclear energy. And the doctor dies. Don't bring all 3 together. You're our only chance. You can stop Von Vogler. And he passes away. So he can't reveal any more secrets or anything else to us. We just sit here with Robo, having been defeated to some extent, but maintaining our hold on the last core that Big Fire needs in order to destroy the world. Wow! What an episode. Let's go to Sakugaburu and see more. Oh boy, there are a lot for episode 2 as well. I presume that some of these will have been put up by GK. I'm also going to grab them in reverse order this time so that we go backward through them. Doink, 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 doink. Because I know that I missed a few as we were going through, and I want to see what other people are interested in terms of cuts. Artist unknown on the horses, so that's sad. But this is from 7 years ago by Annie Hunter. The horse looks great. The way it warps into a person is fucking crazy. And his whole deal is insane as well. Yep. Crazy. Wonderful. Love it. Flying from the sky. Zooming across the water. Oh, yeah. That whole scene with the water is freaking insane, isn't it? It's all on ones as he comes up as well. Go. Robo. And then great character animation, incredible mechanical stuff, cool missiles, incredible background animation as we run through. I would love to have not artist unknown for this. I would love to know some artists for this. Look at that smoke and that fire. Go! Zooming in, booming off the force field. Okay, we gotta watch this again. The way he, like, is angled into the water and then hits the water and banks off of it and slides across it, kicking up spray around him. And then the face emerges. Instantly iconic, my dude. Instantly and completely iconic. These missiles firing around it and the hints at the sphere of force around it. Boom. Incredible. Okay, so there's that facial animation sequence as he moves around. Big zoom as he moves around. We can step back and forward through it. It's not on ones, it's on ones. So one and then background moves, and then one and then background moves, which makes sense. And that creates some of the smoothness. But then the fist comes up, pop. And the whole thing pops up, making it feel so poppy. And looms up over him, grabs the whole thing, turns into this sequence as he moves it around. Turns the whole thing over just to knock you off, shake and throw and toss and boom, bam. Such a sense of scale and such a sense of things slowing down as stuff happens. I love that he just like has this like escape thing that works on the thing. He pulls a lever on it, pulls a weird like lawnmower wire and it turns into its own like head. What the fuck? Who thought of this shit? And Robo swings at it very reminiscent of Big King Kong swinging at stuff, very tokusatsu-esque, and very freaking cool. 2 years ago by Higano, this big wapow, and then the fall and zoom, and then the why'd you do that? And no mention, all these balls flying in, warpy and twisty and shrinky and dinky as they come on flying in, and then zoom, up we go. That's so freaking cool. Oh, this is the same cut again, but this time uploaded by GK. So it's a little bit higher fidelity, you can tell. But it is the same cut. It's all on ones, my dude. What the fuck? It's actually like a full new layer of water on every frame, is what it feels like. And then it leaves an after image of the previous layer of water behind it, each frame. I gotta admit that I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. Right? It's almost like ice blooming outward, right? Instead of being water moving through, because it stays behind him as he moves through it and like becomes layers and layers and layers of water. And then a Robo appears from within, surrounded by water, and we just see his face. And then we do it again in a different way as he zooms up here. We get this incredible sequence. Obviously, the jolts of water that are firing up are the exact same style as the water that we just saw, clearly by the same animator. I don't know if the rest is by the same animator. It could be by a different person completely. And then it sort of slows as he comes up a little bit, just so we get a sense of it, and then blasts into this force field in the most amazing fucking way. And then there's the whole scene of him grabbing the thing and trying to grab into it. And can't, and it's incredible, and it's fantastic, and the smoke and the effects, and Robo going red in the eyes from straining and trying to control his power output, whatever that actually means in this circumstance. Got to admit, I've never seen anything quite like that, man. Never seen anything quite like it. I love this coordinated attack, and then it is, of course, foiled, but they all try. I also love the little moment where they all drop all their weapons, and he, like, folds up the fans, and they all shrink down, and he drops them, and she, like, undoes the clip, the bullets fall out of the gun, she drops the gun. So cool. It's so crispy that it all happens that way, and then, of course, Ivan, being a gloating bastard, shoots open the case and steals the thing, or tries to. There's that little moment of character animation there. And then this little moment here. And, oh yeah, the flashes of red as he runs toward it. Runs, grabs the thing, gets away, and shoves it into the thing. Uh-oh. All power down except for Robo. And then, of course, lights go out and insanity occurs. Incredible. In-freaking-credible. Yeah. Get off of me. I'm gonna do this. Punching through, character animation, getting stuff going, wrapping it around himself, lighting it up, and returning energy to the area. Insane. Absolutely insane. Kenichi Yoshida. Flash, flash, flash. And I think this is a credit from the Japanese wiki. Yeah, all of this stuff failing and falling apart is incredible. So I guess Kenichi Yoshida is responsible for all of that? For all of this mechanical stuff failing and all of these explosions and stuff? That's hard to believe that that's all one person, but I'll buy it. This train falling apart is amazing. The way that this train crashes is just going to burn into my mind. It's nuts. And then the way that this looks with all of these crazy purple impact frames and insanity. Incredible. And then there's more than that because there's all the fire stuff, right? Notre Dame falling, each of the doctors falling, flames going off, this sun in the middle of the world, right? Like this giant black hole sun. Okay, black hole sun. Incredible. Cool. There's this scene, him falling. He tries to pull it out. Robo is there. Robo goes after him, grabs him. Sweet. And he eventually gets to sneak out, get on top of the other thing. There's this whole sequence of him grabbing that and then him escaping on the top of the one thing and then us fighting the debris. Fantastic. And finally, oh yeah, shooting. Robo going for it. Trying really hard. He's zooming away. What a great scene, my dude. I love this moment with Robo's face in darkness, just continuing to fire without any hope until he's out of bullets. Sad. Sorry, Robo. Not this time. Not this time. I think this episode is amazing. I think it is chock full of incredible animation, incredible moments, and has solidified Robo's coolness to me. Because even though he's only here for, we saw all the Sakuga of it, mostly every scene that Robo is in is the coolest scene of the episode, and everything else that happens in between is pretty rad, but then Robo is cooler. I don't know what to do with that, except to say that Robo itself is the coolest mech that I've ever seen, and it's taken 2 episodes for him to get there. It's also, I think, really interesting that I'm gendering Robo, that I'm saying him. And I'm not doing that intentionally. I'm just doing that because it feels right. Because again, Robo feels like a full character to me. Maybe not a sentient character completely, but he feels like a full character. See, I just did it again. He, right? It's not it. When I say Gundam, I think Gundam is an it, right? Gundam's not a he. Gundam's an it. It's a thing that Amuro gets inside and he pilots it. It's an it. Robo's a he. It's a dude. He's a guy. He's a person. That's weird, right? That's actually weird that they've done that to me, that they've made me think of Robo as a person, as a character. But I do. I really deeply and genuinely do. The fact that I use that language kind of proves it. I'm not doing it intentionally. It's just the way that I feel about him. Robo is a person to me. That's weird. He's a robot, but he's giant Robo. He's more than just a robot. Huh. I gotta think about that. Okay, we got our villain's motivations for the most part. I'm sure that there's another layer behind it. I'm going to guess once more that it is to eliminate the Shizuma drive from ever being a thing again and to bring back petroleum products and nuclear energy and stuff like that for Big Fire to be Big Fire again, right? Because that makes sense. I really like this episode. I really like this show. That's all I have to say about it. The characters are damn cool. The style is incredible. The use of music is fantastic. The sound effects continue to be bonkers perfect. Um, all of the voice acting and character acting is incredible. And Giant Robo is the coolest robot that I've ever seen. The story works. It tracks well enough to work solidly for me. It's simple, but it makes sense. There's tons of room for characters to be awesome and heroically sacrificing, like I think it's Taiso does in this episode. I think that's his name. I ripped it out. Yeah, Tetsugu and Taiso. I think it's Taiso who does that. And plenty of room for evil characters to be evil. Both Alberto and Ivan get to do tons of evil stuff in this episode, and it's really great. I really freaking dig it. And it sets up very perfectly the idea that Giant Robo is the one thing that can fight against this as power goes out across the world. And again, we are repeating the incident because, again, 7 days are going by as the world will be in darkness before a new savior arrives and pulls them out of darkness on the 8th day, which is kind of cool and has like some resonance with certain mythologies. So that's pretty freaking cool, man. I like this show a lot. I like it a lot. I think that's a wrap. Cool. So I've been Teeaboo. This has been Giant Robo, episode 2. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope to catch you next time for more Giant Robo. See you next week for more. We'll see if there's another big 10-minute preview. I kind of hope not. But yeah, see you next week for episode 3. Peace.